Here's my audience. And here are my note cards. Hi, my name is Larsen, and I will be showing you how to make pie crust today. My grandma has sticky floors, dirty ovens, messy kitchens, happy grandkids, and is definitely one of the best teachers. I am one of those happy grandkids because she taught me her ways on how to make the best pie crust ever. So, I am here to show you how to make the best pie crust ever with her recipe. We will begin by combining the flour and salt in a bowl. We will then add the lard, which is just like Crisco, and we will mix this using a pastry blender. The pastry blender helps it get nice and crumbly. So we'll mix it until they're pea-sized crumble pieces. Once that is mixed, we will add the water, which is already measured. Once the water is added, we will mix with a fork. We will mix with a fork until the dough begins to stick together. We definitely don't want to over stir it though. Once the dough is mixed, we will split it into two balls, one for the top crust and one for the bottom crust. So here is all of the dough, splitting it in half. Now that we have the dough mixed up, we will learn how to roll it out properly. The key to rolling it out is to have plenty of flour on the pastry cloth, along with on the dough so it doesn't stick to the rolling pin. A nice technique that my grandma taught me is to start from the middle of the dough and to work outwards so it smooths it out nice and evenly and it starts to get a circle shape. Once the dough starts to stick again, you can just add more flour. So we continue rolling, going different directions so it's nice and even until it gets to the size we need it to be. If the dough begins to stick to the rolling pin, all you have to do is add more flour. Once it is big enough to fit in the pan, we have to get it into the pan. The technique that my grandma taught me is to try and fold the dough carefully in half, to try and move it into the pan without anything ripping. So you just pick it up and slowly move it into the pan and then unfold it so it lays nicely in the pan. If there are rips in it, you can use water to act as a glue or just nicely press that dough back together. So now that we have the bottom layer done, we can add the already made fruit filling for the pie. And in this case, it is going to be cherry. So now we have this ready, so now all we need to do is finish the top crust. We already have it made, so all we need to do is roll it out. Add more flour to the pastry cloth, and we're going to roll it out just like we did the bottom crust. Starting from the center and moving outwards so it stays even and forms a circle shape. Once this is on, we can fold it in half again and add it to the top of the pie. And unfolding it to cover the entire pie. And now all we need to do is to cut around the edges and stick it in the oven. And now you know how to make my grandma's best pie crust in the world. Thank you for listening, and here's my audience.